I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jenny.
And together we're the Shady Trees Stitches. And we're coming to you on the 14th of March? 15th of March, 2023. And the reason why I'm bothering to actually work out the date is that Jenny doesn't know this, but we are actually in episode 1 of season 25. I can't believe we've been doing this for 4 years, Jenny.
Wow.
I know. So that's pretty amazing. So, you know, hopefully, I know we've got lots of loyal viewers who enjoy watching us every week. In that 4 years, we've done 925 videos. Yep. Lots of them are the homework videos and things.
Oh, yeah.
925 videos. Is that right? No, 725 videos. Sorry.
Even so, that's like, wow.
725 videos. And we're still only on 922 subscribers. One day we'll get to that magical 1,000. But we didn't do it to get subscribers. We started this off to tell you all about our cross-stitching and show you our progress, and we definitely have achieved doing that. And that's what we're doing tonight. So, yeah, officially I probably should have made it last video because 1st of March is when we actually kick over our year, but I didn't think about it.
And also you weren't with me, so it didn't count.
That's true. It's got to be with you. That's right, because our first one was together. No, actually, I think I started.
No, you started without me.
I did, because you were not available, but that's okay. All right, so let's start with what we've been stitching. Jenny.
Yes.
It's your monthly wrap-up.
Yes. Okay, hang on. I need to get my stats. So February, even though it was shorter, was actually better than January. Not quite sure how I managed that, but anyway. So, yeah, my spreadsheet just went weird. So my January total was 1,517. February, 1,987. So, okay. Well, I'll start with the easiest one first.
Mm-hmm.
I had a start in February.
Yay.
I started and to all good night. And I have done 446 stitches so far.
That's good because you've got a deadline, so that's great.
There we go.
Lovely. You have a roof and bricks.
So surprisingly, like because it's so tall and thin, the roof is sort of in the middle. So that's where I started. Now, you will notice if I go in hang on, I've got to work out where my camera is and get the okay. There's not a lot of variation in my brick color.
No.
I am using the color, the called for. So I actually splashed out and went for all the over dyed threads. That is raspberry parfait. But
I can see some variegation.
There is a little bit, but look at the variegation in the picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very
so
different
when we get to haul,
okay.
I went shopping with Nitty Nat and
oh yes, you did, yes.
And so she helped me choose a new color. So I'm gonna undo. I figured I needed to do a sizable amount to get an idea.
Yeah.
But that's not enough variegation for my liking, and it's too pink. It's not brick colored enough. So I will be undoing that. I think that was like 104 stitches or something. So it's not heaps, but I will be more happy if I have
it more like the picture.
Because I picked this because I like the picture. I don't want my house to not be brick enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So that was that one. Then I did some work on Yoda. So let me just get dates. February. Aha. So this is my little Yoda pattern. And now hopefully my pictures will work this time because I seem to remember last time sharing pictures went weird. But anyway.
Yeah, it's looking good so far.
Okay. That's where he started. Yes, that's where he started February.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want a new share. I want to stop share. Stop share. I pressed the green button, not the red button. Now, oops, hang on. There we go. He's very much, you can't tell me he's just a green blob anymore. That is very much looking like Yoda. I mean, there's still a bit to go, but it is much more looking like a Yoda. So he got 602 stitches.
Wow. Yeah, like
February. So yeah, so it filled in his ear and then did all of this pale bit in his forehead.
Yeah.
And filled in a bit more of the bits around. They were just the odd little bits here and there. So yeah, so he's moving along nicely. And then I did some more work on my Hong Kong Toot Toot. So now this may not be exactly where you saw it. Hang on, this one. I couldn't remember exactly when we filmed last time. So I think this is where it started the month. Looking like a truck.
Oh, cool.
That's where he started the month. And now I've finished all the cross stitching and I've done a fair amount of the back stitching. There's still more back stitching to go. I've only done half the door. There needs to be like a line down here.
Back a little bit.
Wheels. But that was 939. Actually, it's slightly more than that now because I did a bit in the first couple of weeks of March because we're halfway through March now. But anyway, I'm just looking at February stats. So 939 stitches in February.
Awesome. So, you did heaps in February. That's really cool, Jen.
Yeah. The only thing is, right, so that's 2 months. I started this in January. 2 months, and I've done 1 vehicle. There are 3. I need to have it finished before I leave the country on the 27th of April.
Well, I guess that's what you're going to be stitching on as a priority.
So I'm thinking maybe I'm only going to do 2.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
Yes. I have, the other night, I was too tired to stitch, so I decided I would chart the name that's going to go across the top to try and make it kind of match this lettering.
Yeah.
And I think I'm happy with it. I had several goes at the capital R.
Well, I have to admit that doing the 2 is probably a bit closer to what you did for his sister.
Yes. The only thing is that this is in the middle of the fabric, so there's going to be a lot left at the bottom, but if whatever.
Chop it off and use it for something else.
Oh, I don't know that there's going to be that much. I mean, it's you know, like there's not a lot.
No, okay. There'll still be enough.
It's not going to be worth chopping it off. I'd rather leave it and then their framer has a little bit more to work with. Because I'm not framing it. It's too expensive and will take up too much room in my suitcase.
Fair enough. Because you're going away in a month's time, so.
Because yes, it's being delivered to Singapore on my way to Europe.
Excellent. So is that all your stitching?
That's all my stitching for February, yes.
I'm going to apologise up front, viewers. I'm not cutting out my yawning today. It's currently 9:15 at night and I've been at work all day. It's just when Jenny and I could get together, so apologies for my yawns. That's just the way they are. All right, well, me.
But hang on, please note, I chose my cup specially.
Oh, procrastinate. Very nice.
So if anyone in Australia wants one, you can get them from JK's.
Lovely. All right, so I have done a fair bit of stitching since I saw you guys because I think it's been, oh no, that's not so bad. I was thinking I was really behind in filming, but I filmed on the 3rd, so it's just under 2 weeks. So that's pretty much spot on. So that's good. So I was doing some work on my samurai.
Ooh, yeah, he's looking good.
He really is.
It looks like he still has a little bit of a gap at his waist.
Yes, I haven't done his waist. and I'm just finished filling in around here. And then all I've got to do, apart from the back stitch, he's got holding a fan, and there's another tree over here. And then he'll be done. But as you know, my goal is to get that finished. I'm actually going to see if I can finish him this month. That's what I'm going to try, because I've already had the one big finish last video, which people saw, my Anzac. And my goal is to finish 2 a month at the moment, because they're big and there's lots of stitching. They're not close to a finish, any of them. So I'm realistically not going to finish them all by my birthday. But now
you're gonna be close.
I'm going to keep heading towards that, but I'm not going to beat myself up if it's a month or 2 later. But I'm not going to work on anything else till they're all finished. So other than the the set ones that I have to. So my samurai, yes. So here's what I'm stitching on tonight when I finish filming with Jenny. And I've done about, I'll put in the before and after photo, but he had about 500 stitches done on him. I spent a lot of time working on Savannah's curtsy.
You can't tell it's a girl yet.
No, but it's
but there's quite a bit more of it than last time, yeah.
But look, but it's still not the colours from the picture.
No.
I mean, I don't mind the colours. The browns and the greens look good. But I like you with the other picture. I like the picture because it looked like red, white, and blue. And I thought, oh, that's pretty. I'll do it. Hence the choice of fabric.
Yes.
I mean, it still looks all right. She's still dancing in the moonlight or whatever. But I'm disappointed with the colour. So
that's a beautiful colour material.
It is. This one is actually a Colour Cascades. I think it was called Oasis. But
that makes sense, yes.
It's very similar colourway to the Paddock Lane Design's Mermaidia. If anyone wants one in this colourway, I can do similar.
This is Colour Cascades material too.
Oh, there you go.
Stormy, I think.
So I did about 1,000 stitches on her. And she's got a goal of 2,000 this month to meet. Well, it's not an essential goal, but it's a down on a Divas goal.
Yep.
So maybe we'll see. Then I was working on my Christmas house.
Ooh.
1,000 stitches done on that, because there's an event that's happening in with Warriors, which is full coverage event. So I did 1,000 stitches, so all this maroon over this side. So starting.
That looks black.
No, it's maroon.
Okay. Oh yeah. Now I can see it's reddish.
Yeah. So 1,000 stitches gave us a whole little archway on the side, which is really cool. And it's a really cool thing for this event is that you're meant to start with I haven't written that down. Your smallest, or did I do it back then? I might have done it back on the other page. I did. You're meant to start with the full coverage that you've done the least number of stitches on. And that was my Angel Lion and Lamb.
Yes.
So there's where I'm up to. So there's 1,000 stitches more done on that, which is quite substantial. So that's really good. And I thought it was quite fitting that the event's called Lion and Lamb. And I only connected to that tonight that I started with my Angel Lion and Lamb. So Angel Lion and Lamb was first, then my Christmas house. Then I moved to this one. I told you I've been doing lots, which is my Stitch in Time.
Oh, yes.
Which I need to go back to my cross country because that's what I'm meant to be doing with this one. But I was just stitching in here for the event, which is fine. But what I think I'm going to do now is that I've got, about 7 colours or so that I've used. I'm now going to go and try and fill in those colours around the whole piece.
Elsewhere, yeah.
That's my plan.
Well, I can see you've already started spreading out a little bit towards, when I'm looking at it, towards the right.
Yes. Well, I've gone a bit
where the sort of fanny bit. Yeah. Just where your finger was.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see some reddish bits in there.
Yeah, because I was complaining from what was going on. So we've got the whole hoop thing here. So my other thought is to do the whole medallion and then colour complete. So I haven't made my mind up yet. I'm really not sure. But when I know, you guys are going to know, because that's what happens, and that's what does happen with the videoing. Yes. And then the other thing that I've done is I worked on my nutcracker. I worked on my nutcracker for, I started a new little house. So I've just done the 300 stitches, 303 stitches on that one. I haven't totally finished up the top, but I wanted to get down to some more houses and finish mapping it out.
Yeah,
this is on the list of ones I want to finish, and it's still got a fair way.
You've still got one whole row
and another house over the other side.
Oh, yeah.
So I've still got 6 houses basically to do. So, you know, this is what I mean, Jen. I honestly can't see myself finishing them all by my birthday, but I'm going to keep trying. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it.
And at least with that one, you've got big blocks of colour, which makes it a bit easier.
Yeah. And what I've done is continued my playing around with cottage garden threads and things. So this green's not called for, but I thought it was a nice dark green that sort of blended in with the tree that I made darker than the pattern. So then the houses are going to be different colours. This one it does have a name, but I can't remember what it is. But it's a really nice green name. Yeah, sorry, I didn't prepare the names of the threads. So that, I think. Oh, and then my Animal Kingdom, which I didn't show last time, and I was starting working on it tonight because I've got to do 1,000 more stitches on it to finish my Olympics. And I was happily working away, and then my tablet went flat. So, yeah, I'll work on that again tomorrow. So I promise you, people, I will show you a proper photo of it. Well, what I can do is I can stick a photo in here and show you where it's up to. It's a hassle to get it because it's, you know, 1.10 meters long. So that was my stitching. So I haven't actually added up since I saw you, but it's probably approximately 15, about 5,000 stitches since I last filmed. I had a really good week, the week I filmed, with 4,500 stitches, and then last week I was only 3,000. So stitching is going to go down a bit for me in the next 3 weeks because I'm working full time. So A, no stitch time during the day, and B, tired at night. So,
well, my start to March hasn't been great. So we're 2 weeks in, and I think I've done 460 stitches. But I've had some busy weeks, and I've been away, and that was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So by the time I got home on Sunday, I was too tired and didn't get to do any stitching Friday or Saturday because I went to Dubbo. So northwestern New South Wales, they have a wide open, well, it's not
an open
plain zoo, and you can stay overnight. And we went, my friends Ned and Liz. It was Ned's birthday. She really, really wanted to do it, so we went up. And so on the Friday we stayed in the caravan park, and on the Saturday we stayed at the zoo in the tents. And so we didn't really want to try and do any stitching. I mean, lighting wasn't great, so that wasn't going to happen anyway. And the caravan, we were in like a cabin, and so there wasn't a whole lot of space. The lighting was good. Liz did some of hers because she's working on pieces for the Easter show. But yeah, I didn't get any stitching done that weekend. But it was good fun.
I had fun time. Okay, so that then brings me to plants.
Plants. Yeah. Okay, so as well as the door sign, the honk honk, my two that I have chosen for this month are my bauble tablecloth. So in case you're new here, I'm trying to limit myself to 2 whips a month plus the one that I'm working on as a gift. One of my bigger ones and one of my smaller ones. And only concentrating on those 2 for the month, because I found last year I was sort of doing bit here, bit there, and some of my whips didn't get a whole lot of love. And so I thought this way I can be a bit more even with them, 2 a month, and then that gives me a little bit of leeway towards the end of the year. So baubles, and my small one, I'm doing my portrait of antique vines, because so I choose it. I have a look at the Facebook challenges for Whip Warriors and also Down Under Divas. Now Lisa does the month, Okay, so yes, I've picked my two whips. What I tend to do is look at the challenges for Whip Warriors and Down Under Divas. Lisa does the monthly Down Under Divas, which have got insane stitch counts. I do the fortnightly ones where it's 100, 200, or 300. Much more manageable, much more my kind of pace.
And that's what we like. There's options for big and small stitches.
And so for Down Under Divas, the first fortnight was sayings. So there was stitch on a piece with, so the grass is always greener. So stitch on a piece with grass or in green thread. So I did a green bauble. And then the next fortnight is about currency, and it's stitching one of the colours of the Australian notes, purple, blue, orange, yellow, or green. So again, I can do blue baubles and green baubles.
Cool.
And then this fits with Whip Warriors, categories. The letter is N. Holidays, Noel is another word for Christmas.
Ah, that's a cool holiday.
So that's that one. And then Antique Vines didn't fit into anything for the sayings. But I can do two of the ones for the currency. Stitch on a piece with a woman in profile or with a crown. Well, she's got both.
Hold her higher. Hold her, lift her higher. Lift her higher.
Oh, sorry.
There we are. Yeah.
She's in profile and she has a crown. And then the other one is stitch on your piece. You are stitching on the smallest count of fabric. And I'm doing 20 count.
Yeah.
So she fits for that. And then for categories, it's a Nora Corbett.
Beautiful. Well, that's good. You're
So that works. And then honk honk is for sayings. A stitch in time saves 9. Stitch on a piece with time, the number 9 or 9 of the same item. It has, I can't reach the front cover picture now, but there are 9 windows.
Cool.
So that fitted. And then for the currency one, stitch on a piece with a window. So, and then for categories, I'm going with man-made because they make noise.
Okay, they definitely do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yes, so that's how I chose my two pieces for this month.
And I think it's really good that you've worked out what's manageable for you and you're getting more progress because you are focusing. And, you know, again, for the people who are new, that's a similar thing I've done after, you know, we've had a few new viewers who have amazingly watched the entire back catalogue of our videos. And kudos to them. But, you know, you can see that there's been waxes and wanes and different trends and things happening.
Yeah.
And I'm loving the more focused stitching. I'm liking it that, you know, because I've got about 12 pieces that I'm working on. And I feel like 10 is about the right number. So what I'm thinking is that, yes, I'm going to keep focusing on them until they're finished. The 12 that need to get finished are getting finished before I work on anything else other than my Whip Go full coverages or my Olympic pieces.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm thinking I might just pick 10 and work on them because I'm enjoying getting the progress.
Yeah.
It's so much more rewarding.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I'm also having to be a bit more strategic about which events I'm participating in. So the Whip riff off, I can't do that because I'm only working on 3 pieces each month.
And that's fine, but you'll be fine on the focus event.
Well, I'm not doing enough because that's 1,000 and I'm not doing 1,000 on each one. I got close with the bus. I did 900, but it's still not 1,000. But that's okay. That's okay. And I mean that's one of the things with Whip Warriors. You've said that you are doing a range of activities so that there is something to suit everybody. And I found categories works for me.
Yep.
And there might be the other occasional one that I can join in on. And I haven't really been delving too much into the pop culture or the semi-sane. Although I did see that semi-sane this or that this month, they're doing light or dark.
Okay.
So, well,
your lady's light and dark.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, oops, no, that's the wrong picture. She's both. So yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the next thing then is, have you been shopping? Yes, you have. Maybe we should do my shopping first.
I was not as bad as knitting at.
No,
I was quite restrained. I spent 70 something. She spent
more than that. Yeah. Okay. Well,
a few times more than that. But
all right. I have my silks for you. So both my silks for you came today. So those ones I'm pretty sure are the colours of the month. Yeah.
Can you put the two paley bluey green ones together so I can see how different they are? Because they look very similar at the moment. Oh yeah, okay, now I can see they're different.
Yeah, there you go. So they're the regular ones. So we've got PR108, PR113, PR141, and PR108. And each of these, remember, are 15 meters in the color of the month. But then also in the same container, which I got, which is great, I like them coming together, is my silk of the month. Which is the five smaller ones. Ooh. Really lovely little Easter pastels, I'd say. Yes. I was going to say sorbet colours. Yeah, sorbet colours, Easter pastels. Yes, very, very much Easter, yes. So that is my haul. I have been shopping. I went to Daiso. And I bought a few things for the business, but not anything worthy of showing you guys here. But I did have great fun shopping in Daiso, as one does. And I can't remember if I showed you guys these or not. So I'm going to show them to you because I can. These are the Paddock Lane Designs colours of the month from Cottage Garden Threads. And I've got two months available. So there's 1 month. Lots of beautiful colours. And I hadn't told people when they subscribe, but you actually get a bonus pattern for the year as well. I'm doing a little monthly series that uses these threads. So there's a January that goes with them. And then I also have got the February, which I'm trying to get them into some sort of an order. I think I'm showing them to you the right way. Yep. It's February. Oh. So some more lovely colours. So they're still available. And the bonus of that is that I'm selling them for the very economical price of $30 plus postage. So that's five skeins. All right, so that's pretty good value. So if you want to try Cottage Garden Threads, then jump on to PaddockLaneDesigns.com and sign up, because I still have some of both months available. Oh, Jenny's got some too. All right, and that people is my haul. So yes, Nat and I met at the Cruel Goblin because they were having a Back from Nashville event. Market day, yeah. Yeah. And so so they've switched to canvas drawstring bags, which is much more environmentally friendly and more long lasting, and then can become a project bag. So yes, so the first thing was choosing a new colour. So we went with burgundy bark. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. That hang on that way. That was a little bit more sort of brick coloured. So that's a Cottage Garden thread. Yes. And yeah. Hang on. I've got to get them on the material. It goes quite nicely with the other colours. And so so instead of this very, very lolly pink, or well, raspberry pink. So it's still got a hint of that. But some browns as well. But it's got some darker reds and some browns, and I thought that's we had a look at a few different options, but decided this one to go with the other colours. That was the best option. So I'll put that with those now. And then I bought some patterns. Now, hopefully we'll be able to see without the, if I angle it right. So this one is Stacey Nash, A Walk Through the Garden Pin Keep Stack. So you get 3 little tiny, or you can have them stacked, 3 little tiny cushions.
And I got Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, Gingerbread House. Hang on, no, I think I need to take them out. Plastic's just that little bit too. Meh. They're a tight fit. That's better. I thought that was really cute with the tree border at the bottom and the flower border at the top. Oh, and the little reindeer. He's a pretty fancy reindeer. So like that one, and then two that I'm thinking I might do for my dad, because I've already done a Paula Vaughan quilt one for my mum. So Silent Night is my dad's favourite ever carol. And so I got this one. It's All Through the Night Folk Art Designs. I hadn't necessarily heard of them before. I thought that was quite a nice one, not too over the top, which you wouldn't want for Silent Night. Silent Night's a bit more of a solemn carol. And from what I can tell, yes, two colours, Oatmeal and Summer Meadow. And then another one, same designer, Oh Christmas Tree. And this one I'm a bit glary. I thought this one, it's only supposed to be 2 shades of green. No, 1 green. It's just variegated, but I could quite easily add in some colours to some of the various little motifs, like maybe make the birds. There's a couple of birds, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
some pops of colour here and there.
Yep. So that was them. And then I did some shopping on Facebook Marketplace. I keep looking and then not buying. We get to do a different kind of unboxing because I got home and it was sitting at my front door.
Oh, a real boxing. Yep.
So yes, so I keep looking at wooden spools. Because yes, you can get them from the Cruel Goblin, but they're new, they're not antique, and they're expensive. But this one, it was a pair for $48, including postage, which I thought was quite reasonable. Just got to work out where all the sticky tape is. Have I done all the sticky? Yes, I have. Aha. And also, a lot of the ones on Facebook Marketplace seem to be quite skinny. And if you wanted to put a pattern around, you don't want it to be skinny because otherwise you don't get to see a whole lot of pattern. So yes, sizable. Oops. And that nice sort of antique looking. So they're not exactly a pair, but they're not exactly not.
No, but that's good. They're a little bit different, so that's good.
Yeah. So
yeah,
yes.
I like the fact that you've got the wider circumference around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Handweights.
Yeah, they're very lightweight for that. But yes, so I'm quite happy with that.
Awesome.
I mean, they don't have any sort of markings on to tell me where they came from, but I don't care.
No, well, you just have to work out what you're going to stitch on them now.
Yes.
That's for another day.
Yes,
right.
That was some of what Nat bought. She bought some finishing things.
She did a lot of finishing things. She had a great time.
Yes.
And that's the thing, like, you know, when the LNSs do have their back from market sales, it's good to go and support them because, you know, we like our LNSs to actually keep going. And even though we have lots of good online options, it's good to support the brick and mortar shops too. So I would have liked to have gone down, but I had to babysit all the kids, so I couldn't get there. All right, so that's our haul. All right, that then brings us to what is our word of the week. We haven't done that for a while. We tend to just do it when it's Jenny because my brain is always fried. and Jenny's got the lead on this one. What are we doing tonight?
So I heard one word and went, oh, and then went, hang on, we can expand on that. So Aussie word of the week, month, whatever, the animal edition. So first off, Yeti, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, whatever you want to call it. There are several names. Apparently, the Australian name, Yowie.
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 Yep.
That's the Aussie word for Bigfoot. And then some of the other ones, it's not so much that we have a different name, it's just because Aussies shorten everything. So chickens aren't called chickens, they're called chooks.
Chooks.
Including barbecue chook, which is also sometimes just written BBQ chook.
I'm having a barbecue chook for dinner tomorrow night.
Cocky can be short, is mostly short for cockatoo, but could also be short for cockroach.
Yes. But that's usually just a brooch.
Yeah. There was one more I thought of, and now I can't remember. Oh, roo. Kangaroo.
Roo.
Sometimes just roo.
Yeah. So there you go. A couple of Australian animals.
Yes. And as an added bonus, I found a YouTube video of Kate Blanchett, Australian actress, explaining some Australian slang terms. So I'll put a link to that in the description box as an added bonus for our overseas viewers.
Yes.
And it's some of it is some of the words she goes through, like someone's given her cards and she's explaining what they mean. Some of them are a little bit over the top, but a lot of them are common slang terms that we use
everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's us together for another month or so. Although I don't know, I've got to tell Jenny I'm coming down sometime soon. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Not too soon. Not while you're away. We will look forward to catching up with you guys. I'll hopefully be back in 2 weeks' time, and we'll catch Jenny next month.
Well, it also depends. Surely there's got to be a sassy pouch coming out soon.
Yes, there's.
I thought we might.
They said Happy Sassy Day earlier this week, so yeah, we might be back next week with a sassy pouch unboxing.
I was just thinking it's been a while since we paid for it. So
I remember. Anyway, we'll be back with that. So we'll catch you when we catch you. Until then, guys, have a fun time stitching. Bye.
Bye.